Shayna's in Minnesota. My son is a college senior, will spend his last semester studying abroad. My question pertains to using a debit card in another country. His professor recently told the class it may be a good idea to apply for a credit card before the trip. He suggested that sometimes places do not accept a U.S. debit card, but would accept a credit card. Is this true? My son does not want to take on the burden of a credit card, but worry his professor's advice may be true. What do you recommend? I recommend you don't listen to college professors' advice on personal finance ever for anything. I don't know. I've traveled all over Europe, all over Africa, all over, and I have never had any trouble with a debit card that was substantial. Now, I always carry some currency for the country that I'm in. I like to have cash. I'm a redneck. I want to have a couple $1,000s, couple $100 cash, whatever it is in my pocket at all times, or whatever, wherever I am. And so if I do run into something, I can do that. But I would say that 99% of his transactions will be just fine with a debit card anywhere they take a credit card. I've never had a problem. And I've stayed in some of the finest places in wherever, Paris and London and Scotland and, Russia, wherever. We've been all over the dadgum place. Israel, wherever. And I just have not had any trouble with my debit card. So that's a personal experience. So I don't know where this professor gets his insights, but, it's just like the U.S. There's a few places you run into things. A lot of the rent-a-car companies in the U.S. don't take a debit card, right? Why? So what do? You work with Dollar Rent-A-Car because they love Dave Ramsey listeners, and they've redesigned their whole system to make sure that they love Dave Ramsey listeners, and they take a debit card. And consequently, they're getting a bunch of business, too, by the way. A ton of business. And you can go to Dollar Rent-A-Car, dollarcarrental.com and sign up for their express and get, just walk straight out to the curb. And you can do all that with a debit card with them. So you just have to kind of use your noodle, kind of like you do in the U.S. You're going to run into places that aren't as debit card friendly, but I'm just not credit card friendly, so I can't do it. We were eating, Sharon and I were eating this wonderful, it was so nice. We had a breakfast in this tiny little town just outside of Aspen, and I got ready to pay, and the lady just smiled, and she said, we don't take plastic. And I thought, that's so awesome. That is amazing. Thank God I got a little cash in the pocket, because we just had this wonderful breakfast at this place. And it was so refreshing. So refreshing. Cash-only place. Won't take your check. Won't take a debit card. Won't take American Distress. But they will take green presidents' faces. I just love those people. I'll go back to eat there. Can you tell? The food was great, but that just made me grin. That just made me happy. So you're going to find that's true when he's traveling abroad as well. So